Aloha and welcome to the Dominican Republic. I'm Pastor Mike Butterfield and I'll be your host on this few minutes that we'll be journeying to the Dominican Republic by video. It shows the highlights and the things that we do on a full week mission trip. The trips are all inclusive and I know that you will be pleased with what you'll see. The Dominican Republic is an island nation shared with Haiti. As I said, our fees are all inclusive, and we provide ground transportation from Sarasota to Orlando International, where we fly direct into the DR. We've built an extensive partnership network with pastors from the churches in the Dominican Republic, and something that's very important each year, we have an annual pre-mission leadership meetings with our pastors there. We take out the map and we visit different areas in the rural part of the country, and just to make sure that the needs are legitimate and that you'll be blessed. This is Pastor Raul. He is charged with enlisting the volunteers from the Dominican churches that we've worked with in the past. And so each day you'll be working hand in hand and side by side with these people. It's an experience you'll never forget. Spanish is the primary language in the Dominican Republic, so we have an interpreter with you all the time to make things comfortable and to communicate what's really going on. I guess it's time to saddle up. We've, as I've said, we've traveled from Orlando International direct to the Dominican Republic. It's about a 2.5 hour flight. We spend a great deal of time working with our volunteers, our mission people, to make sure they're comfortable with customs and all the ins and outs of visiting the Dominican Republic. Santo Domingo is a large city of about 2.5 million, and the Dominican Republic is also known in the United States for its beaches and resorts, but I assure you that as we head out into the mountain areas where we'll be working, the true life and culture of the Dominican Republic is considerably different than what you'll see in those brochures. Food and hunger is a huge need in the third world, and it's no different in the Dominican Republic. So before we leave the metropolitan area, we go to a very large grocery center and we purchase hundreds of pounds of food that we'll use in our outreach events and for the visits that we take house to house in the rural villages where food is a huge need. We prepare food at our events and construction sites. It's about a 2.5 hour drive as well from the airport in Santo Domingo to the camp in Maimon where we'll be working. Traffic is different there, trust me. The scenery that will surround you as we venture up into the mountainous areas to the north is considerably different. It's beautiful, quite frankly, but the needs are just tremendous. There's a typical Dominican rural kitchen. Many of the homes are without water and electricity. I want to welcome you to our camp at Maimon. It's a fairly comfortable camp. You'll have a private room, but there's not all the modern conveniences we're used to, such as air conditioning and hot water, by the way. However, Camilla and Olga, the managers that you see here, have been spending 40 years. They cooking for missionaries, and they take very good care of us. They're well aware of the American diet, and here's a typical Dominican camp breakfast, which different food, but it will definitely be digestible for you. Day one, family fiesta day. It's this day that we just have a ball. We have a party really for the people that we'll be serving with and the people that you'll be working side by side with our children's programs. And here, even on this rainy day, 125 kids are dressed in their very best and are coming on a borrowed construction flatbed to have this wonderful day that is very unique for them. We dance and we sing and we play games and we just do things that you might do in some of your vacation Bible schools here. And one thing that's incredibly unique is we do our best to reserve one of 2 camps that has a swimming pool. These rural village children have, many have probably never seen a pool, and so it's just such a special treat for them. Here's Eric with blowing up some balloon animals, which is a huge hit. Food, as I said, is an important issue, and the volunteers from the various churches in the DR that we work with take the supplies that we purchased and prepare just a beautiful meal for all the children on that special Fiesta Day. These kids don't have swimming suits, but it certainly didn't deter them. They just jump right in with their clothes and have a ball. As I said earlier, 1/3 of our fees approximately go to our outreach projects to support the Dominican people. And you'll see the construction techniques are considerably different, but we get it done at the end of the day. We have low physical impact projects such as painting like you see here, and we also build whole buildings where there's concrete work and all that. This little boy forgot his pants, or he doesn't own any. Here's a building 4 years ago, the original building at Church of Batay. Would hold about 20 people. There were 16 members at that time, and after careful consideration and much planning, we decided that it was time for a building to support that community. Here we're nearly completed, and the church has grown from those 16 members to over 150. It's just incredible to see what happens when we go in love. Without doubt, my favorite part of these incredible missions is several days of house-to-house village visits. And the Dominican people are a proud people, and but they are in need of some things that we can provide, and so we take food packages and donated clothing that we bring along with us, and they're just so excited to see us, even if we didn't take a single thing, to sit and pray with these families and visit them and sit in front of their homes is just an experience you'll never forget. It's you'll probably never be the same. The needs are great, but the people are happy, and we're just glad to be able to serve with and for them. Now the eyes of the children, the kids that we meet out in these villages are just incredible. They don't have a whole lot, but they're happy. They're kids, and they need to be loved, and they want to be loved. They're beautiful children, and you will have such an amazing time just spending some time with them. They are so happy to see you. On our final day, of course, we pack up. We leave most of the things that we take. We almost go back with the clothes on our back, but we head to the capital for our flight home. And it's an awesome day in itself. There's great history, and there's the Dominican White House in this slide. But there's great history and beautiful parks, and it really is a wonderful opportunity to just sit in a sidewalk cafe and watch the Dominican culture just unfold around you, the people, the market. You'll have a wonderful time. I want to thank you for your interest in the possibility that you could join us for a trip to the DR. We have very small groups and tremendous personal service. You can contact me directly at the numbers you see here, and I'd love to chat with you or email back and forth. You have a blessed and wonderful day.